I recently put out a video in which I was explaining what my process of mastering any Nightfare was, and to do that I was using Guardian as an example. But I want to just go ahead and make a comprehensive guide to how I play Guardian, because to be honest with you guys, I am the best Guardian I've ever seen play this game. And when I am Guardian and I'm playing with random people, I tend to carry them and keep them alive. So I would just like to make the community aware of this character's potential. To get started, I want to go over my relics again real quick. We're using slowly. Okay, you guys can read for yourselves, but this is the relic we're using for my ultimate and the shockwaves for my guards. This relic makes your ultimate super OP because you can literally pop it and it'll basically be like a Wending Grace. It'll completely save you from taking any sort of damage and completely heal you up. Very strong, and I don't need to go over the shockwaves. Stamina recovery upon landing attacks +1 is amazing. I mean, it's literally the best stamina conservation relic in the game. Don't really need to go over it much. Taking attacks improves attack power is super strong. It'll give you like a 15% buff to your damage when you take any form of attack. It's basically like what Everdark Gladius does whenever it holds its sword in its mouth and it waits for you to attack it and then buffs itself before doing a super strong attack. It's basically the relic equivalent of that sort of concept. And then fire attack +2 because I have flaming strike on my halberd. This relic also gives me a boost to my guard counters, which is pretty cool. I don't want to yab too much. Let's take this into a game. Solo expedition, Fisher in the Fog. I will update you guys throughout the game so I can explain like what the best course of action is with Guardian. Basically, the way that this guide is going to work is that I'm just going to provide some live commentary while fighting bosses and explaining to you like what my thought process is while I'm fighting those bosses. I'm sure we've all seen our fair share of complete Nightreign expeditions, so I just want to keep this as short and sweet as possible. Keep it simple. So I'm pretty sure the next boss we're gonna fight is a Godskin Apostle in this Evergel I'm about to hit. Let me just I'm gonna level up my halberd. It's not that you want every single attack to be a guard counter, but you want to rely on those guard counters for 80% of the attacks that you're gonna do. But it also involves a lot of tap R2s, charged R2s, and R1s. Just use your own discretion. You can, like, if you know the dodge pattern for an attack and it's a strong attack, or you'll think that like it'll slip past your guard, don't be scared to dodge, right? Don't let people think Guardians dodge is the worst thing in the world. It isn't. It isn't. See that nice stance break coming from the shockwave. I'm gonna heal up. You don't have to be too scared to take damage. Don't be afraid to get on low health. You'll heal. I'm gonna pop my ult here actually. It's gonna do some nice damage, heal me up a bit. I could have held it for a little longer. Alright. Get back, heal. Big elemental AoE. And poke. And he's dead. 20k runes easily, just like that. I'm pretty sure the next boss is... I'm pretty sure there's a Bellbearing Hunter in the castle. So I'll see you guys there. Alright. I'm going to upgrade my halberd to purple and we're going to fight this Bellbearing Hunter. I will say in my experience, Guardian is probably the best Nightfare against Bellbearing Hunter. To be fair, any Nightfare with a buckler shield is perfectly viable against Bellbearing Hunter because parries are just super strong against him. But with Guardian, you really just want to either dodge. You want to dodge the attacks that have like the red effect on it, and then you just want to do a quick uncharged quick uncharged guard counter after every single one of his combos ends. Dodge the red attacks, uncharged R2, stance break. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Some fire damage in there. It's all about stamina management. Just make sure no matter what happens, your stamina never hits 0. I already have him on half HP. I generally try to dodge that attack, but I was already in steel guard. See how many stance breaks I'm getting? I'm only playing solo because I really want to highlight Guardian's like offensive capabilities, because he is super slept on when it comes to offense. Getting stance breaks literally after every 2 attacks is crazy. Being able to comfortably mitigate damage without like necessarily learning every single enemy's moveset. Like, Bellbrain Hunter is widely seen as the most difficult field boss, but with Guardian, he's literally one of the easiest bosses in the game, without exaggeration. And we're level 9 before the end of day 1. That's huge. People often say that Guardian is too slow when it comes to combat. Guardian is just fine when it comes to okay, actually I don't have space for the gold scarab. But I mean, when it comes to like leveling up and progressing adequately throughout the day, Guardian is literally up there with everyone else. If you know how to play around your Guardian, he's just as fast as killing anything as any other Nightfarer. I mean, if Guardian really were too slow to kill enemies and level up, I wouldn't be level 9 right now. I would be probably level 7 at most. Casually blocking AoEs. Nice. Got a stance break. I mean, you can really rely on your shield to block basically whatever attack is in front of you. Even elemental AoEs at times. Super easy to block. And the more guard boost you have, whether by upgrading your starting shield, which is what I prefer to do, or just finding a good shield throughout your playthrough, it becomes more broken. Your ability to just stand literally in front of Nightfarers, I mean, sorry, not Nightfarers, Night Lords, block like the entirety of their combos and still have enough stamina to retaliate with their own charged guard counter. It's truly something. I'm sure a lot of you know that if you bait a Falling Star Beast into charging into that rock pillar right there, it'll be a free stance break. You can actually do the same thing with Guardian's block. Very cool tech. Falling Star Beast is actually one of the most vulnerable bosses to Guardian specifically. You could just do so many guard counters and charged R2s on the Falling Star Beast that it's actually silly. Like every single one of its attacks can be followed by either a guard counter or a charged R2. And good thing about Guardian's guard counters are that the charge variants literally like do this charge that like closes the distance for when enemies like knock you backwards. I keep forgetting that's a multi-hit combo. We're gonna heal up real quick. Nice. It's also important to note that Guardian is literally a strength character. Guardian tends to be good with colossal weapons, colossal swords, hammers, great axes, great swords, whatever like strength type of weapon that you would use with Wilder or Raider. I guarantee you it probably has a good guard counter and is overall just super good with Guardian. He isn't just limited to halberds. Okay, Fire Scorpion Charm, I can't pass up on that. Not for this boss fight. I need the Fire Scorpion Charm. Alright, Magma Worm. Pretty simple. You can actually two-hand for this boss. I will explain why. But for bosses where you can like... Oh. Okay, sorry. Let me catch my breath. For bosses that are like pretty relaxed in their attack patterns and offer you pretty generous punish windows, you can just two-hand your halberd. And every now and then you can sneak a guard counter in for like certain types of attacks. I'll show you guys when I do so. Like for now, for this attack, you can either jump over it, or if you're playing Guardian, just get a good guard counter in. It'll be way stronger than a jump attack. But yeah, two-hand your weapon, go for those charged heavies. Don't be afraid to play aggressive. Guardian is not the Nightfarer that you choose if you are afraid to play aggressive. If you are afraid to play aggressive, I'd recommend going for Iron Eye. You can kind of stay at a distance while outputting good damage. I mean, if you're playing Guardian though, you literally have to put yourself in harm's way for your teammates. Okay, I didn't have the stamina to block and guard counter there, so I just went for the jump attack. But you see how you can just effortlessly incorporate guard counters and charged attacks into your playstyle. Pretty cool. They're gonna head for the church and then fight the gargoyle. 86 guard boost. That is pretty good. The most guard boost I've ever had was 117. I had the Great Shield Talisman. Okay, I have to use that. I have to. Okay, well, back to my point from earlier. I guess I kind of have to show you guys now that Guardian is good with basically whatever strength weapon you can find, because I just found like the best fire weapon in the game. This is huge. I love Grafted Dragon. I'm not going to lie though, I'd prefer the range for this gargoyle fight. I'll show you guys Grafted Dragon for when we fight Caligo, because I kind of need some range for this fight. This guy's hitbox is really weird. I'm not gonna lie, gargoyles are some of my favorite Souls enemies of all time. I just love their movesets. Got him with the charged attack. Get out of the lava. I love the halberd moveset especially. It's just so cool. It's so satisfying to dodge. Like when I play Wilder, I love just no-hitting and dodging every single one of the gargoyles' attacks. But that's not what we're here to do today. Pretty easy. Keep your guard up and look for an opening to do a guard counter. Okay. Dancer of the Boreal Valley for some reason is like 10 times harder in this game than she is in Dark Souls 3. Hit me again, go ahead. Yeah, Grafted Dragon is honestly perfect for Guardian. If you ever see it and you're like a Revenant or an Iron Eye and you're not using melee weapons, but you have a Guardian on your team, give it to the Guardian. So perfect for Guardian. I mean, it's a fist weapon. Its stance breaks like super quickly. It fits very well into his playstyle of guard countering and spamming charged heavy attacks. And try not to look goofy and embarrass myself while playing against Dancer. Already got a stance break. Getting a crit. Oh my goodness, this weapon is OP. I can luckily just stand in front of that attack and take the entire team. I mean, usually when I'm playing with Iron Eye or Wilder and I have to dodge that attack, it can be super daunting, but with Guardian you can just stand in front of her and take it. Okay, so for phase 1, I do want to stick with the halberd, because I feel like I'm not done explaining like the halberd, like how you want to use it for your fights. If I need more than one Winding Grace, I probably shouldn't even be making a guide. But yeah, we're gonna stick for the halberd phase 1. I just have some stuff to go over, and then for phase 2, I'll show you guys the Grafted Dragon, and I'll go over Guardian's versatility with different types of weapons and whatnot. But I mean, you guys will see. I'm about to absolutely destroy this boss. Live commentary, by the way. So you want to just look to your left, look for the dragon to show up, lock onto it, and as soon as you see it glide towards you, you just want to start running in that same direction. And you will end up right in front of the boss at the start of the match. Good damage right off the bat. For that move, run to the side and then just hug Caligo's legs. Just get as close to the legs as you can. I'm gonna keep my halberd buffed with Flaming Strike, and I'm just gonna keep doing these charged attacks. I like to keep my shield out, so I am one-handing my halberd. Okay, I have to switch for the Grafted Dragon for the crit. Honestly, the moveset, the way that you want to use Guardian is pretty similar no matter what weapon you're using. Just stick with charged guard counters. Stick with charged heavy attacks. Your goal is basically to get the stance break ASAP. I almost didn't make it out of that AoE. For this attack, okay, never mind. That was a different attack than I thought it would be. But you do also want to look out for attacks that bosses will give you that encourage you to perform a guard counter, because they're a lot more common than you would think they are. To help me elaborate on this point, because it is pretty important, I have this clip that I'll use as an example. So basically, what I mean by an attack that encourages you to guard counter is that there are multiple attacks that can be easily dodged, and you'll just dodge them, you won't take any damage. But if you would have instead blocked said attack, you could have followed up with the guard counter and greatly benefited from the attack instead of just dodging to save yourself. And for an example, I am being assaulted by Heelster using his 5-part sword swinging combo, and I could safely dodge this entire combo with Guardian. It's actually pretty easy to dodge once you know the timing, but instead I let myself get hit for the last 2 parts of the combo. I block it with my shield and I retaliate with the guard counter, which then stance breaks the boss so that we can get a crit, and then the boss dies right there. So basically, that's what I mean by looking for attacks that encourage you to guard counter. You can usually spot these attacks because they are easy to block, and if they do come with some sort of elemental damage tied with it, the elemental damage is usually very low. So if that's the case for an attack, chances are you should probably follow with a guard counter. That's also part of the reason why I'm keeping my shield out. You want to do a little dodge when you see Caligo getting close to the ground, and you kind of feel the dragon about to kind of crash. You're gonna do the Ash of War, fire damage. Hopefully we get a stance break soon. Way too far, whatever. I'm not even locked onto the boss. Honestly, for a lot of these Night Lords that are super big, I prefer to stay locked off. I mean, I already know their movesets and I'm pretty comfortable when it comes to fighting them. Stupid Frost. As you can see, Guardian is not weak at all. The boss is completely almost dead. I've barely even been trying whatsoever. In fact, I can drop this Wending Grace. Guardian is not at all, he's not at all a weakling. He doesn't suffer compared to the other Nightfarers in terms of damage. At the end of the day, all that really matters is that you understand the weapons in your hand, you understand how to use them, and that you understand what you're fighting. And no matter what type of build you're using or however you prefer to play the game, whether it be strength, dex, guard counters, spellcaster, you'll be useful to your team and you'll be doing good damage. So yeah, pretty easy. If you watched this far in the video, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy your day. Deathless, by the way.